Widdowson, and I'm in downtown Morgan Hill at Bubbles. And I am here today to talk to Teresa Kiernan and Rosie Bergen about the upcoming wine stroll in Morgan Hill. Welcome to the Arts in Morgan Hill. I'm here at Bubbles, and I'm with Teresa Kiernan and Rosie Bergen. Thank you guys for coming. I really appreciate it.
Sure.
Thank you.
So, who are you guys anyway?
Why don't you start,
Very good
Teresa?
question. Well, I'm serving now as the executive director for the Morgan Hill Downtown Association. So I live downtown on a daily basis with this job. So this is where you can find me, is downtown.
And Rosie?
And I feel like I live downtown also because I have two restaurants downtown Morgan Hill. I own this bar, Bubbles Wine Bar, with my husband Rich, and we also own Rosie's at the Beach restaurant. It's a couple blocks away.
Great. Nice places too, by the way. Been to
Thank
both
you.
places? Yeah, I always come here first before I'm going to the South Valley Civic Theater, the Playhouse, to go see,
Sure.
either a play or to go see, the comedy night or
Right.
whatever. It's great because it's park here, have a little glass of champagne or whatever, and then just walk across, well, not walk across that way, that's jaywalking, right? Walk across this way and, go to the theater, so it's great.
Yes, it's great.
So now you guys are both involved in the wine stroll, or how does
Yes.
this work?
Right. I'm on the committee that's helping to put on the wine stroll, and Teresa works with the Downtown Association, and she's helping us. This is a big event for us, but we're pretty excited about it.
And Teresa, so you're in charge of the whole event, or?
Trying to coordinate the whole event. And it's a lot of moving pieces. So yeah, I'm the one that if there's a phone call that needs to be made, if lists have to be put together, if tickets need to be sold, if tickets need to get to merchants, whatever the job is, you need somebody in the hub.
Right.
So I hang out at that Downtown Association office and provide the hub.
Oh, great.
So just listen to what people need and take care of things for them.
So what is this? What is the wine stroll? I mean, you don't just walk around with wine in your hand, right? It's more to it than that.
Right.
Well, you do have wine in your hand, but it's in a
we
glass.
have, right? Yeah.
That's the most important thing,
Yeah, it
getting
is.
the wine glass in your hand. And that's when you start. You start at the Granada Theater, where you pick up your wine glass, and then you'll go through the downtown area. We have 16 different retail shops that you'll visit, and we have 16 different wineries that are they're going to be pouring their wines in each of the shops.
Oh, wow.
And at that check-in, it's important that everybody knows this is 21 and older, so you are going to be carded, and
Right.
you will be getting a wristband. So we want to make sure everybody's safe and everything's all copacetic, so we will be doing that with the wine glasses too.
Right. So there's 16 places 16 vendors.
Yes.
And is each wine maker, it's not a brewer, what are they called?
The winery?
winery.
The winery.
That's the word I'm
Right,
looking for. Is each winery associated with that restaurant? I mean, did they pick where they wanted to be, or how did you do that?
Some of the merchants chose the winery that they wanted to work with because they have a relationship with them. Other wineries are just randomly
Being paired.
matched up.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It always works
Yeah.
out.
Great.
Yeah.
Because this isn't the first one, obviously we have some relationships that are established out there already, and we want to honor those. So if the merchant came to me and said, hey, if this winery signs up, we'd really like to have them in our store, or if the winery made the request, then we paired them.
Oh, okay.
But so far, I haven't received any additional asks for that kind of pairing, so the rest of the wineries and the merchants I'll just pick and put them together and set them up.
Yeah.
So I guess the wines, the places or the vendors that they're associated with are food. They're all food, so you pair a wine with the food, or is it
No,
other businesses?
actually,
Yeah,
it's
good
other
question.
businesses. We have
Oh,
they're all
okay.
in retail shops. Morgan Hill has lots of nice little boutique shops that we want to show off this
I see.
You
weekend.
get a tasting. So this
Okay.
is like doing your tastings if you went to the wineries. They're going to watch how much they're pouring. So it's the same thing here. So there's 16 wineries. They all know that there's 16 wineries. The merchants all know that. So, they'll do a tasting, and then you'll go and move on to the next merchant in order to see what's going on in that store.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering, because at least I know for me, if I tasted, did a tasting of 16 different wines, by the end of that, you would be rolling me home probably.
Right.
So how do you prevent, people from getting a little out of control? And I know they have wristbands, and they can probably only have one sample of each, but,
Yes.
you know.
Well, it's more of a strolling event where you would go into one shop and taste the wine, and then you would walk around the shop and see what they have to offer. And I know the shop owners are really excited about having all these people come in, and so they've got specials that they're working on and going to be highlighting some of their things. And then in between, the town has restaurants scattered in between all these shops, so there's lots of places to stop in for a bite to eat before, during, or
like
after.
Rosie's, or Bubbles.
Or Bubbles, or Ladera Grill,
Ladera
or
Grill,
Maurizio's,
or
you know,
Fuchsia.
Fuchsia,
Right.
Yes,
And then
there's
there's
a whole
that
bunch
new
of them.
French restaurant, Lillian. Is that what it
Lillian,
is? Right.
right.
Yep.
And just breakfast, Peruvian food. Who knew?
Yes.
Isn't it Peruvian?
Yes, it is,
Yeah.
at night.
And
It's pretty good,
rigatoni's,
too.
an Italian
Rigatoni.
restaurant.
Yeah, we have a lot of
Yes.
good restaurants downtown, you know.
There's
People-
a Philly cheesesteaks place, AJ's.
Oh, right.
Yes.
Oh,
So there's a
Yeah.
lot of
gyros,
different.
gyros.
Yes.
How do
Yes.
you say that word? I never know how to say that right.
We have falafels, Mr. Falafels. There's a whole bunch of restaurants downtown.
Right.
The other thing we're doing is we're having our punch cards that are part of a map that we'll be providing for folks. So we're looking for people to punch that they've been to the store. So it promotes the people moving along instead of going for the same tastings, because everybody has their favorites.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, so
but
we
you want
really
to try
want
something different, right?
Yes, and we really want the traffic and all of the different participating merchants, because that's my responsibility. It's get that increased traffic down here and get them to as many places as we possibly can.
Right.
So we're hoping to encourage that by only having a tasting and then having your punch cards that say you went to all of these different stores and you weren't going back to the same ones over and over again.
What got it all started? Whose idea was that?
Well,
Merchants.
actually, it was the merchants got
Yeah.
together and they thought, how can we let people know about what we have downtown Morgan Hill? We've got these great shops and we just need to get the word out. So, because people were going to the malls and outside of our little town, and so it's a constant challenge to get people to come and visit the shops that we have downtown. So they came up with the idea, let's have this wine stroll, and they organized the whole first year, and it was so successful. Some of the people that, some of my regular customers that live in Morgan Hill, they came in afterwards and said, I can't believe it, I'm embarrassed, I've never been in that shop. And they lived here. So it really does a good job of exposing what we have to offer here.
Yeah.
Were there more than one last year? Was there more than one, or was there just the one in the fall?
We did
No,
two
we
a
did
year.
2 a year, yeah, for a
Okay.
while.
But this year we're just doing the
The one.
one.
Unless it's extremely good, well, you know, attended, and then you're going to do another one in the fall?
Yeah, well,
We could consider it, but right now, this is the one
we're
we're working
working
on.
on it.
Yeah, thank you for putting more work on my plate, Teresa. I don't mind.
Well, I kind of
problem.
liked the idea, because last year, the one in the fall was at the same time as the Poppy Jasper Festival. Wasn't that last year?
Yes.
Which was, I thought was great, because it gave me something to promote to the filmmakers to say, you know, oh, you should
Oh,
go
exactly.
downtown, and, you know, in between the screenings, because after a while, you just have to get out of the theater, right?
Right.
And be out in the fresh air. That's a great reason to go downtown. and have a glass
Yeah, it
of
worked
wine.
out
So,
really
I don't
nicely with
know.
the. We're going to really work hard to make that happen again for next year, because that was a great match with the Poppy Jasper Festival.
And now, what area of downtown does it cover?
Well, the northernmost end is where Fast Frame is, and then the southernmost point is right here at Bubbles.
And that
so
northern-
it's merchants on both sides of the street, on both sides of Monterey, up and down, north and south, and then we have two. We have
Booksmart
and
Teresa's.
Teresa's Hair Salon that's over on 2nd.
Oh, okay. And now is Fast Frame, is that kind of almost at Main, but not quite?
Yes,
or?
yes.
Okay,
almost
and then
Right.
all the way to almost at Dunn?
done. Yes.
Right.
Okay, all right, great. Just so people who haven't been to these stores
Sure.
Yes,
will still
exactly.
know, you know, where it
Yes.
is. And what about parking? What do they do for parking?
There's lots of
There's a lot of
parking.
parking,
On
yes.
Depot, there's a train station that has lots of parking there. And there's parking spots between 2nd and 3rd Street. There's a parking lot behind there. Bubbles has a big parking lot.
Oh, right.
So there's, and the community center is at one
Yes.
edge of
Down at the corner.
Stroll.
Yes.
Right.
So
You
could
plenty
do
of
that, too.
parking.
And you know, if they wanted to, they could walk. I don't know if you guys know, I mean, where I live off of Sunnyside,
Oh,
there's,
okay.
you know,
Yeah.
you have to walk through a little bit of a subdivision, but they've got that nice path that goes through the,
Yes.
I don't know
That's
what
right,
that's
I've
called,
seen
but
that,
there's a
yeah.
path, it goes to Starbucks, which is, you know, where I take it. But they also, it now goes right across over by the community recreation center, is that what it's
Yeah,
called?
the CRC.
The CRC?
Yep.
And now it goes all the way to Spring, which, so there you're downtown,
Yes,
right? So you
yes.
just go and, you know, you don't even have to drive. So
Right.
if you're worried about maybe having a little too much, you can just go right into, right up to spring and walk in.
Right.
Well,
It's a
by
great
the way,
idea.
guys, just so you notice, if you notice you hear things in the background, it's because we are at a live location at Bubbles, and they're open and have customers, and have to feed people and give them wonderful wine. So just so you know, but we always love shooting on location because it gives a feel for what's in Morgan Hill, and if they haven't been here, they also get to look and see what's here. Right?
That's a great way of describing that funny little guy that keeps running behind us. That's
Oh, yeah,
good for
yeah.
him.
Oh, that's your husband, right?
Right, yes,
Yeah. So it's not some strange guy.
Yeah,
He's
just
part of the
floating
whole
around.
deal. The other thing I wanted to know was how many people attend? Has the attendance gone up? Has it, escalated throughout the years, or has it been about the same?
It's about the same, and it's been a really nice attendance. I
Yeah?
mean,
Do you know how
5
many
to
people?
800 people, and we
Oh,
have
wow.
800 tickets available for this event.
Oh, 800.
Yeah.
Oh, that was it. Yeah, I didn't know. Now, has that changed over the years? Have you added more tickets, or is it about the same?
It's about the same.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
held about that.
Yeah, it becomes word of mouth. I mean, it's not something that people are unfamiliar with because we've been doing it since 2009. So people start hearing about this and they're like, "Oh, wow, they're doing it again. I got to get all my friends
Right.
together."
Yay.
So
Right.
before you know it, everybody knows that we're having it and they want to be down here.
Right.
So
And now,
pray for good weather.
oh yeah.
I don't want it raining.
Well, it's in well,
April.
Yeah. Now you have that the same month every year, or do you change it up?
The same,
Same
month,
month.
April
Same
and
month.
November.
In November,
Okay.
yeah.
So yeah, and we're
We've-
still talking into the November one, I guess.
And we've been lucky.
Yes.
Yes, we'll do it.
And so, if you were to, I mean, I understand the whole concept and the purpose and all that, but if you were going to describe like what was the best thing about it, what would it be? Is there one thing that you love the most about it?
Oh, I think it's the variety. I don't think anyone really knows what kind of variety we have down here with regards to our merchants. I really don't. I think that maybe we haven't done a good job at the Downtown Association to advertise it, whatever the reason is, that I just don't think people know exactly what's down here. We have a hobby shop down here. I don't think too many people know that it's down here. You have your Continental Stitch. I mean, she does lessons for how to knit and crochet, all of that kind of thing. I mean, there's just very unique things. Cartaluna with all of their French line of things that she created the relationship with the restaurant upstairs, the French restaurant. You have Raggedy Heart, they're down here, and they've got a co-op for artists. I mean,
So
there's
it's
a
the
lot.
whole learning and experiencing
Yes.
what's downtown
Yes.
in downtown Morgan Hill.
Right.
You've got Mother's Day and Father's Day coming. I bet you can come down here and take care of those 2 holidays without even blinking. You'll be able to do what you need to do in order to take care of them.
Now, do you use I didn't think to ask this before, but the wineries that do this, are they local wineries around in the Morgan Hill,
Yeah.
South Valley area?
Yes, most of them are local wineries. So it's a great way for the winery to get exposure. So it's like a one-stop shop. You can visit 16 local wineries without having to drive on all the windy roads outside of town, and just get a taste of what they offer and get to meet sometimes the winemaker and then go visit their winery at a later time, because there's some beautiful wineries in this area also.
Yeah, I think we take for granted the fact that there are wineries. I mean, there are so many wineries right around Morgan Hill.
There really are.
Yes.
It's just amazing. I did a wine tour a few years ago, a little promo for just the whole, wineries in the area, and we didn't even hit them all.
Yes.
And we were out all day.
Yep.
I was behind the camera, so I didn't get to drink but one sample. I didn't have one sample at the end of the day. But, it's amazing how many wineries there are. And so I
Right.
love the idea of, being able to promote what's downtown and promote the wineries and just, I would love to see Morgan Hill become I don't want to get on my soapbox here, but I would love to see Morgan Hill become a walking town, where I wish they would put sidewalks everywhere so you could, because, I love that little trail I was talking about, which
right.
is great, but what would be really nice is if the sidewalks just ran everywhere and you didn't ever have to get out in the street,
Right.
which I do have to do a little bit to do my walk. Luckily they're in the subdivision, but it'd be nice to have, wouldn't it be nice to have sidewalks everywhere?
Yes, yeah.
I guess we have to
Yeah.
have money to do that. We have to raise taxes, nobody wants to do that, okay.
Somebody's got to pay for those things.
So, what are the plans? Are there any plans for changing the wine strolls in the future? I mean, are there things you would like to improve upon or just change in some way to make it different?
This one's been working very well, and every year it's been getting a little bit better and a little bit better. I mean, for instance, we have a waiting list for the wineries. I mean,
Oh, wow.
We
For the
have 60
wineries to come and
Participate,
Yes.
right.
That's great.
Right.
Yeah, so you got your 16 businesses, and those 16 wineries signed up fast, and those that waited, they're on a waiting list now. So, you know, some of those things have been improving over the years. I think it's going to come from the creativity of the merchants. What do they want to do
Yeah,
differently?
what are they going to offer in their shops that's different? And I know it's fun for groups of women to get together and buy tickets, and they'll do their shopping and taste the wines, and then go out to lunch and meet their husbands after for dinner. And they make reservations at one of the restaurants. So it's
Yeah.
really quite an event, you know,
Ladies'
for the
night
day.
out.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
that's another event that we
did
do
that one.
downtown
Yeah.
Oh,
here.
Ladies' Night
Ladies'
Out?
Night
Yes.
Out.
Oh, we'll have to have another show on that one.
That's really fun. Yeah.
You don't have to see any big plans for changes because it's working so well. And I was going to ask you though, maybe this could be a change, or maybe you have it already. Is there any music, you know, like maybe, I'm thinking like Christmas, which isn't really right, like, you know, strolling carolers or something like that. Do you have any music outside, you know, to kind of lead them on the way to the next merchant and the next tasting?
Well, that's certainly a possibility. I mean, one option is we have music that can stream through what are they called?
Speakers.
Thank you.
That's
You can
okay.
fix that for me. The speakers downtown, so that's an opportunity. And certainly we could explore having some music downtown.
Or you could have live, you know, some of the
Yeah,
live
live
music, you know,
music on-
local, a chance to promote local
Maybe
musicians, and they
Like a
could like,
duo.
yeah.
I know some of the shops have music planned for
Inside.
inside their
Yeah.
shops.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
And they
because one of the
probably open
stops.
their doors, right?
Right. Yes.
Please come in
Oh,
here.
this is all, there's a very big clarification. This is all inside the stores. The wineries are all inside the stores,
Right.
so you have to go in. So
Right.
yes,
Oh,
if
of
they
course.
have music,
Otherwise,
they will automatically
What
hear
would be
it.
the
Right.
point, right?
Right.
You never
Right.
get inside the
You
store.
don't want them outside.
Yeah, yeah.
Gotta get
But
them
I was
inside.
thinking everyone probably has their own door, you know, open.
Oh, yes.
You don't have to open the door. It's like,
Yes.
please come right on in, right?
Right. And being on that map, though, people will know where to go.
Right.
Yeah.
So who else besides you guys? I'm sure we don't have to go through the whole list of people, but there's a whole team of people, I'm sure, behind, I hope, helping you out with
yes,
that.
we have a
Yes.
crew, and it's mostly just shop owners and downtown people, merchants downtown. We have Darren from the Music Tree is helping us.
Yes.
From the Continental
No
Stitch
with Shirley. She's
with
helping
Shirley.
out.
One of our local realtors, Noreen Nemec,
Yep.
is helping
She's been
us.
helping us with the committee.
Now,
Yeah.
since you're all involved and, you know, doing all this work, the day of, do you get to go actually enjoy yourself and lighten up, or are you still running around making sure everything works right? Do you get
You're
to
too
taste
cute.
that wine?
I do love you. That
You
would
get
be
to
a
taste
working
that
day
wine?
for me.
Oh, working
No,
day.
we'll be working, but there
Yeah.
are a couple of our committee members that don't have shops.
That will be downtown.
That they are planning to enjoy the
Oh, okay.
stroll.
So,
Yes.
come on, you get to, at the end of the day, you do go get one glass of wine, right? Tell me you get one.
Well, the problem is by the time we clean everything up, I don't know what wineries will still be there. They'll be all cleaning up at
Well, you
5.
can
Well,
come
then-
down here to Bubbles.
gonna
and-
say,
I'll come
yes.
to Bubbles.
Then,
There
the
you
whole
go.
crew that
There
was
you
working on it
go.
comes down to Bubbles,
There you
and
go.
you know, I'm sure
Now-
you have
Right.
a selection here of those.
Yes,
Yeah,
and we
so-
sell a lot of the local wines here as
So there
well.
you go.
So
We also might be lucky, and it hasn't been totally confirmed yet, that we'll have some of our women in the community who play roller derby, who
Oh,
may be
that's
volunteering
right. I was
for
going to
us,
ask you about that.
which will be great fun.
Are they going to
So
be on their skates?
I'm going to invite them to be on their skates, yes, and so some of them may be hanging out where we do the check-in, and if we need any errands run, or if we find out that one of the stores need a little help or something, they'll be able to go out there, and they'll be strolling around downtown, but I have to confirm
Or
all
rolling
of that.
around.
Rolling around, there you go. With non-alcohol, though. They won't
Oh,
be
okay.
drinking while they're
Yeah,
doing
no,
this.
that's probably a good
Yeah.
idea.
They too will need a
Whoa,
little
get your
sip
wine
after
glass.
they're all done, yes. So we hope that that's going to work out.
Hit a car with their wine glass in their hand. Woo! You don't want any of
That would
stuff
not be a
happening.
good scene.
Now, what about, speaking of in your hand, you see how I segue into this
Yes,
so
you do
nicely
this.
immediately.
That's good.
Can you bring your pets on a leash?
there's
never
lots
thought
of
of pets. Yeah, they
well, the
probably
pets.
do.
Most pets can't go inside. Well,
Oh, okay.
inside
So that would be, you'd have
inside
to have.
restaurants, but they can go inside stores. That's up to the shopkeeper.
Oh,
But
okay.
there's a lot of pet owners in the
Right.
downtown area.
Well, I'm
so
just
that,
thinking about Tasting
yeah,
Morgan Hill and
right.
Mardi Gras, you know,
Yeah.
everybody has their dogs or whatever.
Right.
But yeah, so I guess you
know.
can't
If they
take
can
them in an
manage it.
eatery, that would be expected that you wouldn't be able to put your
Right.
take your dog in there unless
Right.
they were a special assistance dog.
So
But a lot of the restaurants have patios. I know we have a patio, and several restaurants downtown have patios. And patios are
do it
popular
there.
with their pets, so they can stop for their lunch break or a snack and take a rest in the patio.
Right. And there's that neat little alley that's not
That
that's
park,
a beautiful little
Pocket
alley.
Park.
Pocket Park. Is that
Right,
what it is? Pocket Park.
Yes.
See, that's something that I think would be a nice place to have, like, I don't know, designated isn't the right word, but, you know, come here, relax, you know, put your feet up and share your adventures about this wine stroll so far. And now, okay, now get up and go see some more.
Oh, that's a
vendors
great
and taste some
idea,
more
yeah.
wine.
It
You know,
is.
wouldn't that be neat?
Yeah.
'Cause I don't think a lot of people know that's there. I mean, because it's,
You can miss it.
yeah, easily.
Yeah.
But
Easily.
it's such a cute little.
I know one year we wanted to capture people's impressions of what they felt was going on in the wine stroll, so we put up a big poster, like graffiti style, in front of the Granada with markers. So write down your comments,
great idea.
because we wanted to get like little anecdotal comments of
Are you
what
doing
people
that
had.
this year?
Yeah, I'm
We
sure we'll
should
do
do
that
that.
again
Yeah,
because
that's
that
a
worked
great
well in the
idea.
past. Yeah,
Well, and
but we could
I'll-
put it at that park you're talking about. You know,
Yeah.
like leave a book or something
Oh,
there
that's
that people
perfect.
can.
And then
That's
they
right.
get to see it, and they get to put their feet up and you
Yeah.
know, relax a little.
Yes.
And I'll be out there.
Oh yes.
You know, I'm
Oh,
going to be out
good.
there with the
That's
taster.
right, you are.
Because I
Yes.
don't get to taste because I'll be probably behind the camera. But
Oh, you're going to be filming
I'm
there.
filming.
Wow.
A little crew.
Oh, nice.
But me and one of my actresses, actually, that I use in a lot of my short films,
Uh-huh.
is going to come down, and she's going
right.
to, you know, imbibe.
Oh, wonderful.
Imbibe, that's the right
Yes,
word.
that
right?
is the right
Imbibe.
word.
And so anyway, so let's see, what else did I not bring up that you really want the public to know?
Water stops.
Water
We will
stops.
be having water stops. So there'll be a few of those intermingled with the merchants. So you
Okay.
and you'll want to stop by and get one because we have one for everybody that's participating. But instead of giving them out where you check in, we're giving them out at different stores. So
Oh,
that
okay.
will be on the list of merchants so that you can go around and get your free water bottle.
Well, and that way you can cleanse your palate too in preparation for the next tasting.
That's
That would be
Right.
one reason for drinking the water. Yes.
And stay lubricated.
Yeah.
What is it they say? There's some calculation I've heard where you have to drink so much water to so much alcohol to help you absorb it
Yes.
well, or to help it help your kidneys flush out all that alcohol. I don't know. what
We'll
I'm
have to
talking
work on
about.
getting that statistic.
Yeah, I think that would be helpful.
I probably
we'll
learned
have
that.
that behind the registration.
I probably learned that in college or something, or maybe
Probably.
somebody told me to convince me. You have to drink this
Keep
much
drinking
water.
more.
In
Yeah,
other
you'll feel
words,
better in the
quit
morning
drinking.
if you
Yeah.
have some.
Exactly. But this sounds like a wonderful way to get to see what's downtown, taste some great wines, just enough so that you get a taste of it, and we don't want a bunch of drunkards walking around downtown. Okay,
Yes.
it's a really nice and calm and wonderful event.
And if you're planning to stay for dinner or coming down for lunch, it might be good to make some reservations. And you can also go to the Downtown Association website, which is morganhilldowntown.org.
So www.morganhilldowntown.org.
Sorry, you got to spell it all
Yeah.
out. Yes.
Well, no, I'll see.
But
see
spell it
right
out
here.
before you
It's
have
on
a
the
glass
bottom
of wine.
the screen,
Yes,
right?
there
Can
you
see
go.
that?
There you go.
And you want to buy your tickets well in advance because you sell out, right?
Yes, well in advance, because not only could we sell out, but it's $25 if you buy them before the day of the event. It'll be $35 if you come to the Granada Theater there in the
Oh.
foyer and check in.
Okay, yeah, save $10.
So save your $10,
Right, save
that's
$10,
right, because
okay.
you may find something in those stores with the merchants that you'll want to be spending
You might
that
wanna
money
spend
on.
that $10 on that,
Instead
yeah,
of
exactly.
something, yes, don't waste it on
Or
buying
save
the
it for
tickets
your,
that day.
dessert.
For
your-
dessert,
for your
for
dinner.
dinners, that kind of thing, yes.
Okay.
It's going to be busy.
All right, well, thank you so much for being here.
All right, sure.
Really, really
Thank you,
appreciate it.
Teresa, this is wonderful.